Excuse me, sir. Do we have a moment to talk about scouts?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I want to ask you, what is the first thing that comes into your mind when you think of scout?
Oh, scouts. Aren't they the ones that always baking the cookies?
Excuse me, sir. I would like to ask you some questions. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when I say the word scouts?
Scouts. Scout.
Yes, scouts.
Oh yes, Hitlerjugend.
Excuse me, sir. What do you think of scouts?
Aren't those the ones who help elderly people over the street and are collecting badges?
That's not how it is. The clichés with the badges and the cookies are from the American Scouts. Often the Scouts get mistaken with the Hitlerjugend, but that is a rusty way to think. On the contrary, the BDP stands for Cosmopolitanism. Everyone is welcome, as long as he doesn't spread extreme political opinions, such as left and right-winged extremism. You can have your opinions, but you shall keep them for you. Back to the clichés about scouting. We said that we're neither selling cookies nor collecting badges.
What do you do then, you may ask? Well, obviously we have a lot of fun, as you can see in the shown footage. More specifically, we go on so-called Fahrten in Germany, or meet up several days in small or big camps where we participate in the given program, which always stands under a certain topic. Some clips demonstrate this aspect of being a scout. Later on, you will see video material which shows a few situations in these scout camps. As you can see, there are many children being part of the scouts and taking part in scout actions. This is due to our conception, Youth for Youth, which comprises the absence of older adults in order to keep nobody putting himself above others. By that, the children can grow up in an environment providing participation and individual development for them. Furthermore, the scouts want to strengthen the sense of community in all of our groups. To reach that goal, we eat, sleep and act together no matter who you are.
In the background, you can hear some instrumental versions of Scout songs we often play and sing in the group at the campfire. These Singerunden are a very important part of Scouting, because many of them convey a lot of positive values such as individualism, the sense of community, and some of them also love and charity. Right now, Die Weber, for example, from Heinrich Heine is playing. This song deals with the oppression of the weavers and the riot in 1844 and clarifies the injustice the weavers had to handle. The main aspect of Scouting are the first trips of the Scouts in the age of 14 or 15. They are doing the trip without an older person who carries the responsibility. This is their first chance to prove their sense of responsibility. They also experience a lot of adventures in the nature which will shape them in very different kinds.
As you may have already noticed, Scouts get segmented in 3 different classes by age. The youngest among them, the Cubs, which you can identify by their yellow scarf, are by far the widest and vivid of all. Their pedagogical guideline is the Jungle Book from Rudyard Kipling. The Cubs are representing Mowgli, who is getting raised by wolves and other animals that teach him important lessons about life. The middle-aged group are the traditional Scouts. They are between 11 and 15 years old and build the center of Scouting, since everyone is getting defined the most in this age. They start taking responsibilities in the age of 14, when their group leader leaves them by their own. 2 years later, the Scouts finally grew up, being able to take almost full responsibilities and dealing with jobs, including the scheduling of camps or leading a group of Scouts or Cubs. This group is called Ranger or Rover. Ranger goes for women and Rover for men. They are seen as fully grown adults in the circle of Scouts.
The idea of Scouting first came up in 1899 after Robert Baden-Powell discovered the advantage of teenagers and their capability of responsibilities at the siege of the city in Mayfield. He used young boys to deliver messages and as spies. In 1907, he started the first scout camp in Brownsea Island. Baden-Powell had a really modern worldview for that time and is seen as the founding father of scouting. He wrote many books and guidelines to live on, and many of them contain important aspects of the untold rules of scouting. Baden-Powell's intention was to make good men out of the boys they were, by giving them responsibilities in early ages. This responsibility, which grows as you get older, is one of the reasons why people love to be a scout. Through that, you care for the existence of the family, because that's what scouts are for you. A second family, full of trust, love, and harmony. It's a different feeling than in class or at home. You can feel truly free.
Once every week, every scout group has a meeting, where they can exchange themselves and learn new things. These meetings build the core of each group in order to maintain every one of them. Every member of your group represents a brother or a sister for you, whereby often friendship emerges. If you were interested in any doing of a scout, we would warmly recommend you at least trying to be a scout or dabble in our current actions. The big association of the interconfessional scouts in Germany is called BDP, Bund Deutscher Pfadfinderinnen und Pfadfinder, and represents your first contact when it comes to contacting scouts. Another way, of course, is speaking with your local scouts at school or in your city.
We really hope we could interest you in some of our doings as scouts, or at least inform you about the Association of Scouts, especially in Germany. Along these lines, be prepared.